Hey, welcome to Keto Kitchen, where everything rare, medium, or well is better with butter.
Whoa.
Here on Northwest Digital News.
Look at that intro. That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
That it is. Well, we have a great meal on the menu here for you guys. Well, it's actually for us, but we're going to tell you how to make it. And it is what, Kyle?
It is cucumber, ginger, shrimp, plus our homemade tartar sauce, and also keto chocolate. Is that correct?
Keto chocolate, yeah. And there's a little surprise at the end, which these boys don't know yet what it is, but, you know, there had to be some kind of addition to everything else that was here. And so, yeah, got a little surprise at the end. All right, so let's start here, Chris, with assembling our product. First of all, let's let everybody know, and you can put the menu in the stream so everybody has it, or the recipe rather. So we're going to start with a large cucumber peeled and sliced. Chris has already done that. If you'd show everybody your wonderful ingredients, yeah, there, and some 2 teaspoons of fresh ginger, grated or diced. We've diced it up here this morning. We have
we need
25 to 30 shrimp sitting right here in the jar. You get to see those in a moment. They still got the tails on, so if they want to swim away, they could. But they can't.
We believe in fair chances.
Yeah, fair chance. Fair trade, fair chance. There we go. Some salt to taste and coconut for cooking. So we've had this pan nice and warming up here for us. So we're going to start with a little bit of organic coconut oil. Going
2
into the pan.
tablespoons.
A couple tablespoons. I like to cheat on this because it's just delicious anyway. So we'll just, you tell me when you think we got.
That's good.
Oh, that's good? Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's probably good.
All right.
I don't know that for sure, but I'm just guessing.
But guess what? If it's not for sure, we got more coconut
Well,
right
I
here.
guess we could put a little bit more in. That probably wasn't 2 whole tablespoons. It looked like it, though. You know,
It looked like it. It had the look, didn't it? There.
There we go.
They're like little white turds of coconut oil.
Yes, let's reference poop while we're cooking food.
Yeah, let's now that you have that in your memory, try
All right, so we got that coconut oil in there. And yes, there is a little bit of coconut flavor in the coconut oil.
Yes, there is.
Okay, so what's next? We are going to...
We're going to saute the cucumber and the ginger.
Well, let's put in the ginger first.
Now make sure when you do get the coconut oil, get organic. Make sure you do that.
We'll just use all this
We'll
ginger.
just use all of it. Yeah, what
Since,
the heck.
you know, whatever. I'd do this for a few minutes and then throw in the cucumbers.
Got the nice sizzling right there.
Oh, yeah.
Had to put on my headphones. It's really nice.
Yeah, well, you know, people know that's not fake news because, you know, there's real cooking being done on the show. So
I'm actually a robot. AI.
Beep boop.
yeah. Now, do you think that's enough fat in the pan, or you want some more in
Oh,
there?
I don't know. I think it's probably pretty good. I mean, we don't want it to overpower. We want the... And then we just throw these cucumbers in here, huh?
Yeah.
I'll
This
probably
is such
place
a
them in
crime.
there.
This is a crime, I'm telling you. Cooked cucumbers. I don't know, you guys.
Now, I wouldn't throw them in the
My
pan. I'd,
wife
like,
makes
put
them, cooked cucumbers. And I can tell you, it's pretty darn good.
Oh.
Man, you guys, the aroma out of the ginger is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Oh, it's beautiful.
Man. Have you guys ever tried sautéed squash flowers?
Sauteed squash flowers.
Yeah,
Would that
sautéed
be
squash
the
flowers.
flour that before it turns into a squash?
I'm not quite sure. I don't know how that works.
I mean, because that sounds like you would be like murdering babies there, you know, not letting them fully develop into a squash.
But they're actually, in some fancy hotels and restaurants, they actually use them as appetizers.
Oh, see, I haven't been to a hotel.
All right, Chris, we're going for a little butter in there because, you know, everything is what?
Better with butter.
There we go.
It's absolutely true. But yeah, I tried the squash flowers when I was on the commune.
And we're going to put this over there, too.
Yeah,
So.
the commune.
Yeah, well, I lived on a commune for 2 weeks, and we harvested all the squash and the garden stuff, and sun artichokes, I remember. I think that's what they're called.
Ooh, I
But
like artichokes.
Yeah.
tried the squash flowers, and man, they're actually pretty good.
And some people speaking of artichokes, have just mastered the art of choking. So a lot of that going on today.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but not in our kitchens. We just make wonderful, wonderful keto food. Now, Chris, you want to share with people like where you got the recipe for this? Because we like took it and kind of tweaked it and modified it a little bit. But you can find keto recipes all over online if you just do a little bit of homework.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
We've even
They
posted
have-
some online as well.
Yeah, they have keto websites. I watched a girl struggle with which pasta sauce she should buy yesterday in Safeway. She live streamed it. It was great. But
She
yeah,
live
there's-
streamed it?
Yeah, she live streamed her dilemma of which pasta sauce to pick. It was absolutely hilarious, and she was in a bind and had to do a quick meal, so she was on the pasta aisle at a Safeway, and she's down there looking at all the white sauce. Of course, she's excluding the red sauces because they all had way too much carbs and sugar.
Nice.
So, she's looking at just the white sauces, and so she lines up 6 jars of white sauces. This is how many choices we have in America. It's that first world problem where we have 6 different things in front of us to choose when we only need like maybe 2 or 3. But
Or one.
She struggled with which one to buy. And let me tell you guys something. When it comes to quality of the food, I noticed from her watching that all the generic brands that she had were absolutely higher in carbs and less quality of food than some of the name brands.
That's
So,
not too surprising.
yeah, so like the Safeway brand was quite a bit higher in carbs and sugars versus some of these other brands which were much lower.
Cool.
Not much lower, but enough to make a difference in her mind.
I said this surprise edition, in addition to everything else we got going on in the show, I bring it at the end, but then it just occurred to me that this is actually useful for having during the course of your meal to it, and instead of just at the end. So I got a couple little surprises here.
I think it's time to. It's time to throw in the.
All right, you guys. So this is kombucha, and there's all these different brands available on the market. So
I think
this
we need
is.
to put the shrimp in.
Yeah, it is
You need
time
to put shrimp in. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
we're gonna.
I mean,
we're
we're
gonna
only
do that.
supposed to cook this for 2 to 3 minutes.
All right.
True.
So
All right, shrimp, you guys going in.
Oof.
And this one's going to be done quick. Oh boy.
Ooh, got that sizzling.
That is a lot of shrimp.
Now you cook this until they turn pink and are no longer translucent.
Yes.
Also-
Which right now, if you look, they're still translucent.
Still translucent. Also, Jeffrey says squash blossoms are delicious. Right off the plant, they remind me of green beans.
Oh man.
All right, you guys.
Can't
So
even
let's
believe
talk
he
about the
knows what it
kombucha
is.
really quick. We have some Hum is one of the brands, and this is a lemon ginger. Chris, would you like the lemon ginger?
No.
Okay, pass that down to Kyle.
What?
All right,
This,
and
all,
then
all of
there's
this for
some
me?
Synergy kombucha, and this is Cosmic Cranberry.
Yeah, I'll try that
Chris, yep, there you go.
one. We tried some kombucha at the Vancouver Mall this weekend, and it was not a fan.
So are you
This
saying
one is Kavita kombucha, and it is turmeric ginger. Two of my favorite ingredients for digestion.
So are you saying this is for me? This whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this surprise.
Oh, so good, so good, so good. All right, Chris, so while the shrimp is cooking, we are going to mix up some homemade tartar sauce for our goodness over here.
Homemade tartar sauce. Wow.
Homemade tartar, yes. Well, I should say Keto Kitchen produced tartar since
That
we're
is
not at
absolutely true.
home. Yeah, but fresh, made, not out of the package.
Let's get you guys the tartar sauce recipe.
Yes, we are going to start with one of the ingredients that you have to start a lot of things with, sour cream. Okay, so our recipe calls for 4 ounces. This particular container holds 16 ounces. So we do the math, Kyle. Based on Kelso math, 4 ounces would be what portion of 16 ounces?
Sorry, I was paying attention to the.
Yeah, I know that's really, but it's a hard math problem. So 1/4
Listen,
1/4 of 16 ounces would be what?
1/4 of 16 ounces? Oh, no.
See, now he's thinking about it.
I read the most amazing thing this
I was
week.
never
He's
good at
thinking
fractions.
about it.
That's the problem.
See, I gave him the math problem and the answer.
Well, it's just like,
The answer is actually on the recipe right there,
Yeah,
Kyle,
it's-
which is what? 1/4 of 16 ounces would be what?
just 4 ounces.
4 ounces. Look at that. He
Don't
just
wanna
like don't want to brag or anything. He just like coughed that answer up like as if he had it right there on the top of his head.
Yeah, let me just look at this TV prompt we have.
All right. That was a great example of Kelso math skills at work.
Oh, look at that. We actually
I-
had commenters beat me to the punch before even I
I
answered.
read some amazing things this weekend online. You
Way
guys.
to go, Angela. Awesome. Okay, so then we're going to add a tablespoon of pickle juice and 1 pickle spear diced. Well, Stephanie, who's before the show, got all this ready for us. So it's right here in this container, but this is 1 pickle spear diced and a tablespoon of pickle juice. So we've added this into the container. Oh, yeah.
Man,
The good stuff, man.
absolutely.
I'm pretty sure this is probably done.
Kids
Nope.
are so funny.
No?
Nope, it's not done.
Not done.
Nope, not done.
Angela says, "You guys are so funny. Thank you." We try.
Cucumbers are.
Do you think the cucumbers are dunnage?
Oh yeah, yeah. This thing is done.
Okay, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And we're just going to... There you go, that looks about a quarter. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt, which we have right here.
I'm going to say this is my favorite show out of the week.
All right, we're just going to give a little... Whoa, that's a good taste.
Your hand just got a salt
Boom.
of the salt.
Yep. And we'll do a little bit of pepper here too. Boom shakalaka. And we'll just double it for the heck of it, because pepper is just so good.
Pepper is good for you.
Pepper is awesome, yes. All right, now we're going to stir all this up. Chris, if you think that is done, you go ahead and plate up.
Oh yeah.
My
The
favorite
cucumbers
part.
are starting to fall apart. I'm pretty sure it's done.
Here's my plate.
If we ever die of food poisoning on the show,
sorry.
we won't have anyone to blame except for
all you
Chris.
get.
That's all I get.
Yeah, this is my recipe.
it
I didn't
my
realize that the shrimp are going to be, or the cucumbers were going to be cooked. That was a little different.
That was a little bit of a surprise
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
was
But
it?
over here.
There's your plate.
Oh, I dropped a shrimp on the
It's
table.
okay, 5-second roll. That's how that works, right?
Gosh darn it.
Let me unplug this hot pan real quick.
These
You can't call them
cucumbers.
shrimp because it's not politically
These
correct. So
shrimp.
they're just sized challenged fish.
Vertically challenged.
Something like that.
Size challenged fish.
Oh, that smells good.
Cooking shows are always a good call. Yeah, we have this Keto Kitchen show every Wednesday.
Yes, every Wednesday. Some kind of, except for last Wednesday. And why were we off last Wednesday, you guys?
Because of
The
Justin.
Justin DeRozier
Yeah.
funeral. Yeah, that was an unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
But the community got to say goodbye to him, and we took the day off. But we're back here today, making up some cucumber shrimp.
And shortly, very shortly, we'll be revamping a lot of our shows, and it's just going to be high gear.
Yes, yes. All right, so, guys, on the shrimp.
I'm going to eat some of the cucumber first. Hot. This cucumber is quite delicious.
You know what? The one ingredient you forgot to put in there. It's always fun when you. But I'm not going to say, but I'm going to add just a little bit of salt to my plate here. but
We
I'm
forgot
not.
the salt.
I'm not saying Chris forgot the salt or anything. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt here to my plate.
Whoops.
And if you guys would like a little bit of salt on your plate, help yourself.
I think I'd enjoy some salt.
Yeah. It is quite good.
Need a napkin.
Nice. So, guys, how are you liking the cucumbers and the shrimp and ginger?
The ginger puts a really, really good flavor in this, you guys. And being a huge advocate of shrimp, well, Chris, or rather ginger, well, Chris just put all the ginger in there instead of following the 2 teaspoon rule.
Wanted Marianne, but I got ginger instead.
Ginger's real good. Either way. Crumbled bacon is needed.
What is?
Crumbled bacon. Jeffrey came up with a good idea.
I like bacon.
I do enjoy bacon.
Jeffrey, bacon is like butter. It just makes everything better.
I don't think you ever have enough.
Right.
Yes. This went much faster than I thought they were going to.
Yeah, this is quite nice. And drinking lemon ginger kombucha, so I really get that ginger.
Yeah.
Warm. Are you eating the shells?
Just not the tails, but I like the rest of it, yeah.
We're usually very talkative, but this recipe's so good.
It's delish.
Give a try at some of this tartar sauce here. See if that in flavor enhances.
It will. It
Now
will,
I'm ready to go.
definitely. Kyle, did you want to try some sauce down there for your...
Yeah,
Come on, Mon.
I know, I'm just making
Come
some
on,
bread.
Mon.
I just wanted to keep it Chris's face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully he was feeling kind of sneezy there.
All right.
Have a little sauce down here once you're done.
There you go.
Well, I'm not a big fan of the cooked cucumbers, but
But everything else you're a big fan of?
yeah.
Don't worry.
Speaking of big fans, there's one blowing out there in the kitchen,
That's true.
which you can hear it in the background.
Actually, I don't know if they can.
The exhaust fan. Do you hear the exhaust fan on the cooktop? I'm not curious if you guys do. I hear it, so I'm curious if you guys do it. But it's it's right back here, going up into the vent. So let's see if you guys can hear the fan.
Actually, the fan's super quiet. We got that like Dyson Airblade type fan, so the vent is just super quiet. It's just
What?
nice in here.
Where's the duck? What?
The
Chris is,
kitchen we're in, the vent is super quiet.
Yeah, the vent fan is just
Yeah.
awesome.
This is so good.
So I'm curious, Chris, have you been thinking about the menu for next week?
No, I gotta look in the book.
He's got to look in the book.
The Keto Book of Greatness and see what we're dealing with.
Now, you guys, if you're wondering, all this Keto Kitchen is the name of the show for starters. Why are we doing all this keto stuff, Kyle?
Because we're all doing the keto diet, Kevin.
Well,
Keto
that was an
lifestyle, Kyle.
oversimplification of the
Keto
answer,
lifestyle.
Oh, yeah, it's not the diet, it's a lifestyle. No, keto is actually really good for you. Carbs can cause inflammation, make your autoimmune diseases act up, and if you have arthritis, makes that really flare up. And keto is just it's healthy for you. You get rid of the brain fog. You don't need to eat a lot of food because fat just saturates your belly, just so you're just not hungry, and your energy levels are at constant, just great level.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Chris needs a bib.
I didn't get anything on me yet.
Just grow a beard.
I'm not wearing white. As
Oh.
soon as I put on white, then it's over. I mean, I will spill something on me as soon as I leave.
That's
won't even
why-
leave the house.
That's why white is not permitted on the show.
Mm.
Also blue,
It's just a bad color for me.
due to we like to fade into the background.
Man, I don't. The smell of these things are interesting. The drink,
The drinks? Yeah.
it's the fermentation that gets me.
It's the yeah.
You know that kombucha does have a little bit of naturally occurring alcohol in it.
But I'm not 21 yet.
Is that why everybody was lined up and taking more than one sample at the mall? It was so funny to watch little kids take a drink of this. You know, their parents would put it in their little sample cup for them and watch their faces when they took a drink. You guys are ever in Vancouver, go to that little store that has like 20 different vendors in it, and they have a kombucha thing where you can self-serve and get some samples. It's just great to watch.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I remember the first time I tried kombucha, I was just not a big fan of it. But now that my tastes are actually better, and I can actually eat legit food, it's pretty good.
Yeah, you keep you acquire taste for food that you didn't think you liked before. That's one of it. Mm-hmm. That's part of it. You know, the interesting thing is if somebody would just say that you learned to like food that didn't taste good, actually that's not true, because what my palate has done is really shifted towards the keto type foods. You guys want to gross me out? Hand me a piece of candy, and somebody go,
I'll take a Snickers.
"Oh, that's delicious," but no, I actually have like no interest in candy at all. And my two little girls, we still let them have hard candy or any kind of candy, like now and again. And sometimes they'll offer it to me, and I'm just kind of curious, so I'll sometimes try it. I have not succeeded in eating one of them yet. Like I'll chew on it a little bit or taste it a little bit, and then it's just spit into the garbage.
Wow.
That's where it goes.
Yeah, that's also one thing about the keto diet. You don't really crave, after you get past like the keto flu and you start going to and producing ketones, you don't really crave carbs, and you don't really have cravings if you do it right. It's just pretty good.
Hey, Clinton, this is cosmic cranberry, so it's like not gingerberry, but
Cosmic cranberry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cosmic
And this over here that I'm drinking is turmeric ginger, and Kyle has lemon ginger.
I got the
sounded like
lemon
it was
ginger.
going to blow up when I opened
Yeah.
it.
Have you been humming down there? Chris has synergy going on. I have some Kavita.
The carbs on this thing is pretty high.
I feel like this should be a Spanish, dance song or something like that. Kavita.
A nice little tango.
Are we supposed to like wish everybody like a happy May Day or something too?
That's
Is
coming
it-
up.
Is that today, May Day?
It's May Day, yes.
I don't even know what it is.
But in a few days, it will be May the 4th be with you.
That's true.
yes.
Yes.
Or as that shirt you really like to wear, may the forks be with you.
Yes.
Forks.
You did notice that, did you?
Yeah. I do notice.
All right, guys, we're going to take a really short little break. We're going to be back with some keto chocolate right after this, so stay tuned.
As you get older and wiser, you learn to do more with less. What's important right now, regardless of age, is that you're listening to Northwest Digital News. Think about it. 9 live shows a week. You could catch the Health and Wellness Show every Thursday. There's nothing more valuable to you in your life than good health. And Jody Summers is amazing. What about personal safety and awareness? Darren Fredrickson, the amazing master surveillant, busting criminals every week, right here on Thursdays. Got the entrepreneurial spirit. Top coaches in the business give free advice every week on the Business Forum Show, Mondays and Fridays. David Ford, Tracy Ford, Adam Walschlager, and Carolyn Deacon. Then you have the best name in technology, Tech Tuesdays with Harry Brailsford from SMB Nation. Of course, there's Real Estate Savvy with Susan Wood. Do you realize that every wealthy person I've ever known has all or some of their wealth invested in real estate? Smart people do what other smart people are doing. I'll sign off with a special thanks to Kevin Hunter, Chris Bornstead, and Kyle Torgerson. You guys always make my day. Northwest Digital News. It's where you get wiser, younger.
You get wiser and younger here on Keto Kitchen as well, and part of the reason, keto.
It's true.
Keto does make you wiser.
Apparently, I'm
See, like the
28.
next time somebody on Twitch guesses Chris's age, they're going to say, he must be 31.
Hope not.
wasn't that awesome that somebody guessed your age at 51 or no
Yeah.
52? Yeah.
I think they
28
confused
apparently.
us.
Yeah. Well, you guys, I've been doing the keto the longest at the table, and they guessed my age at 41. That was awesome because I just had my 53rd birthday.
Wow.
So, yes, you get wiser and younger with keto. All right, so we promised we're going to share this chocolate. Now, the recipe Kyle will be able to share on the stream here today because it's a recipe that's been published on YouTube a long time ago. This is actually a recipe my wife Stephanie came up with. And this has coconut oil and butter in it. They're the two of the best sources of MCTs, which are medium chain triglycerides. And these kinds of fats put you into ketosis very rapidly. And your body uses them for energy very easily. Then, of course, there is 100% solid chocolate in here. And then a small amount of maple syrup.
Would you
which
say
has
these
all
are
kinds
like
of-
fat bombs?
Yeah, they're like fat bombs. Yes, they are. All right. Pass them a fat bomb down there. All right, Chris, here's one for you. Keto chocolate, you guys. So when people say that you can't eat, you have to avoid like all these things that you used to love and are good for you and whatever else. Keto chocolate, my friends. Ah, there's a surprise ingredient in this one.
Coconut.
I told you it had coconut in it. There's something else in it. Can you tell what it is?
Laxatives.
I hope not.
Well, if there is, you'll be making a smooth move later today.
Oh, I definitely would add Rick Simpson oil to it, that's for sure. I have no issues with that.
What is the surprise ingredient?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can really taste the peanut butter.
Kind of gives the chocolate a little bit of that Reese's flavor.
It's that like salty sweet. Oof. So yeah, so basically at home you could make your own Reese's peanut butter cups. And have them be keto and have them be fat bombs. So it's like, little afternoon snack, kind of hungry.
The thing is when you consume fats like this one, at times when you're hungry or like feeling like you need a snack or whatever during the day, this will wipe that out in a heartbeat. Like nothing satiates you like fat does.
Yeah.
And these are the best fats that are in this.
There's a reason why they're called fat bombs.
Yes. So if you would, Kyle, find the link to that video on the chocolate recipe. Here's the thing, too, guys, is a chocolate recipe that is posted on YouTube has more maple syrup in it than the chocolate that we just shared here at the table. Was that chocolate plenty sweet enough for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually.
Okay, so it has actually half of the maple that's in the recipe that you'll find on YouTube. It has half. Okay, and we will even sometimes make it with a quarter. So there's you can go with less maple. Here's the reason why we put the quantity of maple in this recipe that's on YouTube, because people who've been eating high carb diets aren't used to a more fat-based meal at all. And so here's what you should do. Make the recipe like it shows up on the video to begin with. Get used to using that chocolate as your way of killing cravings and things like that in your diet. And then the more times you make it, just keep backing off on the maple a little bit. You don't need to get rid of it entirely, though, you guys. And you shouldn't. Maple has 72 trace minerals in it, and your body uses 62 trace minerals, and your brain uses 62 trace minerals to produce all the neurotransmitters that your brain makes. So here's the other thing that Jody Summers, Kyle, if you remember this was on a recent show. Jody shared that when you intake minerals, now your stomach is able to produce the enzymes that are needed, And when the enzymes are produced, you're able to absorb the vitamins that are in your food. So in that order, you need minerals will precede enzymes, will precede vitamins. It's kind of funny because a lot of people take like a multivitamin. If there's not minerals in there, you guys, the vitamins aren't going to do you that much good. Can't absorb vitamins without enzymes, and you won't have enzymes without minerals.
Vitamin either just goes right through you, or is either stored. Either way, it won't be used that much.
So, Chris, what's your thought on the Cosmic Cranberry Kombucha?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's almost gone.
It's almost gone. I powered through it. It's got a lot of carbohydrates, so I'm confused by that. With 8 sugars. 8 sugars, carbohydrates from sugar, and 8 grams. So, I don't know.
Well, there's
That's
also
like-
good carbs and bad carbs.
That's like a quarter of my daily carb allowance.
And in kombucha. Yeah, this one actually has 5. Actually, 4.
That one's better than this one.
But
yeah.
like apple cider
So this is
vinegar.
Comvita. So this has 4 compared to what in Synergy?
This is 8 grams carbohydrate.
Okay, what did the hum have in it over there?
10.
Oh my
So
god!
technically 20. 10 per serving. 2 servings.
Yeah, 2 servings in here too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
16
Clinton
grams.
says,
So the Comvita is the lowest one in carbs on it, for those of you that were keeping track of that. I got this. I deliberately held this to the end because, well, I didn't know the thing about the carbs, but I held it to the end because I was like, turmeric, ginger, 2 of my favorite herbs.
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
Well, it also, I see apple cider vinegar on it as well, and apple cider vinegar helps, keep your insulin levels down.
Yes.
So basically, the carbs are practically less. They're good carbs, so that helps, and also it helps curb that insulin spike, which is the key for keto.
Yes.
Bam.
Yes. Live probiotics. Yeah, so it's
Good
awesome
carbs.
stuff.
I thought all carbs were the enemy, Clinton.
Pop-Tarts and
You are
blueberries the
correct.
same
Good
thing.
carbs, though. Yes, there are difference between quality carbs and low quality carbs. So people can understand that a strawberry, which is full of minerals and other things in it as well, is a carbohydrate. And a piece of candy, like a Jolly Rancher, is also a carbohydrate. There's a huge difference between the quality of those two. So good point, Clinton. There are good carbs. And yeah. Well, thanks everybody who joined us here on the show. I hope you make this cucumber shrimp
Oh, please do.
at home for yourselves. And let us know what you think of the recipe as well. And then, of course, you got the homemade tartar sauce there to enjoy dipping in it. And watch the video on the homemade chocolate, which we had here for dessert today.
I want to make a suggestion. When you make this, if you do make it, just cook half the cucumbers and then hold out half and see, and then add them after you've cooked everything else. For those people that might, because we're cooking the cucumbers to a point to where I think we're cooking the nutrients out of them.
Could be,
And
yeah,
so,
sure.
I think the salad
Good
would be
point.
better as a cold salad versus a hot salad.
So I
I think
agree
you
with
could go
that. I
either
would
way.
probably take the shrimp and the ginger, fry it, cook it, and then add the cucumber to it when you serve it.
Yeah, I think it would be better that
Yeah.
way. I think it would really be good. But this is just one that we're trying, and not every recipe is going to be like a home run. But this one is good the way it is. But there's always ways to improve things.
Yeah. So try it at home. Hold the cucumber, saute the ginger and the shrimp together, and then hold the cucumber. Add it raw at the end. So, and you know what? Use a little bit of salt. It's
And don't forget the salt.
yeah.
Or the pepper.
Don't forget the salt.
All right, everyone. Well, thanks for joining us here on Keto Kitchen on Northwest Digital News. We look forward to seeing you on our shows tomorrow, Real Estate Savvy, and, of course, Health Kindness. We will be off on Friday. You'll see a rebroadcast of one of our favorite shows on Friday. But this whole beautiful studio around us will be in the process of disassembly. It's all going to the event center in Cowlitz County. We got a big event coming up on Saturday. Hope to see all of you there. All right, Kevin Hunter, Chris Bornstead, and Kyle Ferguson here on Northwest Digital News. Take care, everyone.
This concludes today's live programming on Northwest Digital News. Thanks for joining us for this special broadcast. Heard around the world in more than 70 countries on YouTube, Instagram, Patreon, Facebook, and Twitch TV. If you enjoyed a story or guest we had here on Northwest Digital News and would like to strut your stuff on the broadcast, email us today at wainfo2017@gmail.com or call or text to 360-545-3501. We're always interested in unique stories, topics, and guests to share with our worldwide audience. Before you go, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up and comment on the live stream. And for those of you who'd like to financially support the broadcast, you can do so at patreon.com/Northwest Digital News. We thank you for your patronage. On behalf of Chris Bornstead, Kyle Torgeson, Stephanie Hunter, and all the people that made this broadcast possible, I'm Kevin Hunter. Till next time, take care.